Hey guys, welcome to FrancisJadee Unscripted, our first episode. So today I have a friend of mine that I only started talking to again after like 10 years,
Yeah,
10
very
years.
long time.
Jan. So I thought, let's do our catch up over the first episode of our podcast. So yeah,
I just want to say, bro, over the past 8 to 10 years, you've grown so much as a person.
You reckon?
The very first time, or even halfway through our friendship, like you were sort of that older guy with us. But now, bro, you're running a business and you're doing like good things for yourself, especially with this YouTube channel. Like this is why I was so supportive in coming into here, because I actually want to support you in this YouTube channel.
Oh, thanks,
and
bro.
also because I want to talk to you. Like.
So what have you been doing?
Well, Jade, like I've got a kid now. So for me, I live a very boring life. I wouldn't want to say boring, but I live like a very basic sort of adult life.
Yeah.
I go to work, I take care of my kid, I go to the gym, and then I repeat my day all over again. So it sounds so like bleak, but you know what? I'm enjoying it because I've got a son that I've got to look after. I'm doing my best to try to get to know him as a person. And I'm also doing my best to try to teach him life lessons that I've learned through my experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out. Yeah.
So he's still very young. He doesn't really talk all that much, but I can tell with the way that he expresses himself that he's very expressive, like as a person, like even just as a baby, like he picks up on things. He'll point his body to where he wants it to go.
Does he look like you or your mum or his mum?
That's tough, bro. Like I reckon it's split on the like bang on in the middle.
Yeah.
Because he's got my eyes, but he's also got his.
Does he have your nose?
Yeah, he does. He has my. He's definitely got my nose. He's got my mouth, but he's got his mum's eye shape. But he's sort of got my pupils. Does that make sense? Like his eye, like yeah.
Like I remember back in the days, you would just be over the whole time.
Yeah.
Every single time, and then we'll be on the laptop.
Yeah.
Or we'll be b-boying, breakdancing. Do you still b-boy?
No, bro. I wish I continued that because it looks fun. Like I've seen the old crew that we used to dance with. Like, do you remember Flotality?
Yeah.
Bro, they're entering Red Bull BC1s now.
Oh, they still exist?
Yeah, they still exist. Yeah, so they travel across like Japan doing competitions and that. And I'm like, God damn, bro. Like imagine if I had stuck with them. Like, what would I be doing? But anyway,
you were part of them, eh?
Yeah.
So you've been a father for 2 years?
2 years.
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
So, bro, I was a father when he was in the womb. Like I had already. Let me start from the start. Yeah. So before he came out. Yeah. I was still abusing drugs at that time. Yeah. So you know me, like I was before we had a falling out, I was always out. I was doing drugs. I was selling drugs. I was around the bad people. Yeah. Or, the not good type of people. And when I had my missus at the time, when she told me that we were having a son, I was like, well, fuck, I need to pull up now. Like there's no other way.
You can't fuck up.
No, there was absolutely no room for my mistake. And this was my mindset at the time, was that I need to work hard. I need to make sure that she's secure. And that when my son comes out, that he's secure. Yeah. So my mindset was I'd work every single day until that happens. And because I didn't have much of a financial saving at that time, because I was spending it all on drugs, I had to go really hard, bro. But in saying that, that's sort of what led to my...
Did you just go cold turkey?
Yeah,
like just stop everything?
Absolutely.
Was it hard?
Was it hard?
Obviously, the withdrawals and everything.
The withdrawals at the time were hard. Yeah. Like there would be days where I'd think about it. I'd be like, yeah, why the fuck not? I should just get on one. But
when you know you got a kid coming.
Yeah, when I've got a kid, I couldn't mess it up for him, bro. Because if he comes out and he sees me as a person doing drugs, like what's that gonna teach him?
Exactly.
What's that teaching me? Like, like I wanted to be a person with integrity. I didn't want to sort of be a deadbeat dad. Like,
for sure.
And I'm sorry to say that for people who are like that, bro. Like, I'm not judging you or anything, but it couldn't be me personally.
Man, it really changes you.
Yeah. So how it is for me, fatherhood, right? Like I'm still trying to get used to it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm still learning as I go. Like there's no right way to go about it. And I think for people who are thinking of having kids and they think like, oh, I'm not ready, this and that, bro. I wasn't ready. I was on drugs all day, every day. And then the guy came out and I was absolutely ready. Like, so you make things work as you do it.
And how long have you been sober for?
3 years.
3 years. Good job, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And it's going to be forever, yeah?
Yeah, of course. There's no way I can go back to that, bro. Like, it was just an endless cycle of benders. Like, it wasn't...
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. And now you can't, you shouldn't, because you've got a kid looking up to you, you know? And you're a role model to him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't fuck up. Yeah.
Like I've told you, I've been going to gym lately. I've been trying my best.
Yeah.
You know, like,
you're not living for yourself anymore. You just got out of a relationship.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you want me to start? Do you want me to do the mental health first, or do you want me to
like how'd you get through it? How'd you get through it?
The breakup? When I met my ex, I was coming out of prison. So
Oh yeah, you went to prison. That's right.
I went to prison for a couple months.
Yeah.
So I was at Parkley on remand for 4 months.
Yeah.
And then I went to John Moroney for another 2 months or so. And I had a warrant for my arrest. And my mom told me, look, the cops are coming over to the house. You need to get here. You need to hand yourself in.
Yeah.
Like the dumbass that I am, bro, with my ex-girlfriend, she was saying, look, let's just run. Like, why would you do that? Yeah, she was telling me, let's just run. So for the rest of the time that I was running, bro, I was living in hotel rooms, doing drugs, selling drugs, doing whatever to try to keep afloat.
Yeah.
But eventually, bro, like I was so paranoid to the point because like I thought the cops were always looking for me because I had a warrant, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was just like, look, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep doing the drugs and I can't keep being this paranoid. I'm going to hand myself in.
Yeah.
And even when I did hand myself in, bro, I tried to run away again. So I was at the cop shop and I was like, fuck this, I'm not doing this. Like, you can't take me,
second
bro.
thoughts, oh, wait.
No, it was such a bad time for me, bro. I was a full coward. I didn't like me one bit. But eventually I went to prison. I did my time.
What was prison like?
To the best way I can explain it, was pretty boring, bro. I had to cope with a lot of things there. So it depends on what your day looks like. Like the first day that you're there, they got to get you signed up. You have like entry levels and that. So you get to be in a cell for like maybe 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone, but for me, I was in a cell for 24 hours on lockdown. And then they let you out into the yard for maybe an hour or two. Yeah. The last meal you take is at 3 p.m. and that's it. If you want to have more food, you've got to save yourself some meals. So if they give you meals in segments, you've sort of just got to hold that, not eat it. You can eat it later.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But most of the time in prison, I was actually working out, bro. Like I was doing push-ups every day.
How are the people there?
The boys there are very, very creative. They'll make anything out of anything, bro. Like we had punching bags out of socks. So we had socks and we put tissue rolls into them. And then that gives it that sort of like sound when you punch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they would hold it up for me and be like, yeah, come have a punch, this and that.
Yeah. I've seen some TikTok videos of like prison mates, you know, people that went to prison before and they're showing all these videos of how they made their food and stuff.
Yeah. But they're really creative, bro. They have no, like, time is all they've got in there. So they've got to find a way to make themselves not bored. But most of the time, bro, I was just bored. I remember crying maybe like once because I was absolutely calming down. I was just sad, bro. Like I couldn't, like I was cracked down. I was like, fuck this. I don't know if I can do this. And I just had to put up with it.
When you knew that you were about to come out of prison, did your mind did you just tell yourself, you know, fuck, when I get out of here, I'm stepping it up?
Initially, yeah. And
or did you say, I'm going to go back onto...
No, look, the initial thought that I had was, I am going to stop doing drugs when I come out of prison. Yeah. I'm going to stop it altogether. There's no point, like, drugs got me into prison, so there's no reason for me not to keep going, you know?
Yeah.
And then I got out, and then I didn't stop, because that's just the way drugs are, bro. Like, especially when you're addicted on it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's very tough on your health. Like, even though you want to quit, when you're on a calm down and you know the people that are around you and they're always around, it's very hard to step away from that. So that goes back to what I was saying, was that when I came out of prison, maybe a week or two after, I messaged my ex and I was like, hey, babe, I just got out of prison. And she surprisingly replied to that.
Yeah.
And she's like, come over, blah, blah, blah.
Just to make things clear, your ex, not the mum of your son, right? Or
no, the mum of my son now.
Oh, the mum of your son now? Okay.
So I've got the ex that I was talking about before, the one that I was on the run with. She was someone that was completely different. Yeah. She was the one that got me on it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn. But you know what? We look at the positive, you know?
Of course.
You're sober and you're working now. You're what, an electrician?
Yeah. Look, I've been in the trade for over 8 years, but I was sort of lacking in my apprenticeship, and I was also lacking at TAFE. Yeah. So in Australia, obviously, I don't know if all of you guys here are from Australia. In Australia, you do an apprenticeship, you do 4 years of practical and 3 years in theory. And theory just means that you've got to attend TAFE and you've got to study once a week. And once you're qualified for those 3 years, once you do your 3 years time, you get your license.
Yeah, I have no clue how that works, but yeah.
I literally just explained it, bro.
It just went through my left ear, out my right.
It's very simple. Like, you go to work, you go to TAFE once a week.
Yeah, but you started your electrician stuff like in high school, eh?
Yeah, I started it really, really early.
And you've just been on and off.
On and off. But the thing is, I was so blessed to have found a guy that was willing to put up with me at the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
But he's always been like, besides you guys and the boys, obviously, but this guy's like a professional friendship of mine.
Yeah.
He's always looked after me in that sense, where even though he knew I was drug fucked, he sort of like seen the good in me for whatever that means, and he kept taking me under his wing. And
that's good, bro.
Yeah. Fortunately, he took me back, and this time it's different.
The best thing, you know, hanging out with the right people.
Yeah. Oh,
one wrong person, you could go back to it.
You hear it all the time, right? Like you hear you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with, and it's so fucking true.
100%.
It's so true.
It's you know, it changes you as well.
Yeah.
And it depends if you easily get influenced as well. You know,
to be honest,
do you easily get influenced?
I find
if someone was like, "Oh, try this," would you just try it?
I don't. The best answer to that is I like to explore things. Like I like to try things out on my own because that's just my personality. If someone shows me something exciting, I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, let's do that." What is it? But in that same sentence, like,
do you have an addictive personality?
I did, yeah. I would say so, yeah.
But not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah. I'm addicted to the right things now.
You're into the gym life now. Let's talk about gym.
All right, let's do it.
So, you started the gym what? 6 months ago?
Started gym late last year, so I signed up in November, but I didn't end up going to the gym until December.
What made you want to join the gym?
My ex actually, like, she wanted to sign up because she felt like we needed something else outside of our parenthood. Yeah. And I was like, okay, look, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Yeah. And then I loved it as soon as I got back in the gym, bro. Like, I didn't know much about it, but I don't know. It gave me a rush that only you get from the gym. Like, you feel happy when you... the first time I had a fucking pump, I was like, yeah, bro, look at my body. Like, come on.
Yeah. Did you ever get intimidated by all the other gym guys there?
At first, yeah. I'm like, bro, like, this guy's been here for years, but you know what?
That's how it is, you know? When you first come in, you get intimidated by all these big guys
and
stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, once you get there and you actually meet these guys, they're actually really nice.
They're very nice, yeah. You know? A lot of them are very nice.
They're all nice and...
they're supportive too, like, they'll teach you things.
But people just assume that they're all big-headed, high ego and all that stuff. And
it's usually because of the way they look.
Judging you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, no. Even me, when I go to the gym, I mean, I'm not one of those big guys, but, like, I see these beginners and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, he's doing it wrong or whatever. Yeah. I'm just like, you know, good on them. You know?
Absolutely, I agree. Like,
everyone was there at one point.
Yeah, everyone has a starting point. Yeah. So you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like, even if you're the skinniest guy at the gym, it doesn't matter, bro, because we were all pretty skinny or fat at first.
Yeah.
Depending on your goal. Like.
But I think that's a good step. You know, gym is really good to just release stress. Like, if I don't train, whether it's kickboxing or gym, for more than 2 or 3 days,
are you in a slump, or do you try to find yourself like trying to get back into it? Do you get into a slump if you don't train for 2 to 3 weeks? Like, do you feel down, or do you feel shit about yourself?
Yeah, I feel shit. I just sleep.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you know that thing that you said in class today, where you said, like, when you do things when you don't feel like it is the, like, what did you say? Can you repeat it for us? Like,
discipline.
Yeah, that part. That
so
part.
I was saying to the kids earlier today, about discipline. Like, the best thing you should be improving in is discipline.
Yeah.
So when you don't feel like doing it and you actually do it, you should feel good about that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big step. Rocking up to the gym or coming to training when you don't feel like it, or, you know, I told the kids if they got a video game and, you know, they don't feel like it, but they still go to the class, they should be proud of themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
And that's still something that I try to work on. You know, I've done so many different hobbies and all that stuff, and I'd be consistent for a little bit, and then I'd stop. Same with gym.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I'm on and off. And then just 2 months ago, I decided to get a coach.
Okay.
You know,
what was the coach for?
Sorry?
To hold you accountable?
To hold me accountable.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, I was doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing anything. I was just doing bodybuilding or just doing random workouts. I feel like doing chest today. Mm-hmm. Then the next day, I'll do chest again.
So do you have a normal workout split now?
Yeah.
So how does that
it's a force. So I would train like 6 days a week, but then my coach got me to do 4 times. Nah, gym has always been my therapy, bro. Like,
it wasn't always mine, but I felt like I needed it after a little bit, especially because I was working so much, bro. Like, it's driving me crazy. I needed like extracurricular activities to push me through my day.
The only thing I was bad with is my caffeine. I was addicted to pre-workout, bro.
Oh, were you?
Bro, I'll even take pre-workout I'm not even training. I'm just about to run my classes, and I'll take pre-workout just to get pumped for my
fucked.
class. And then after that, 2 classes later, I'll be like, I'll have another half a scoop.
Why, bro?
And then
is it because you're tired or like what is it?
Oh, just to
just to get a buzz, like a little...
yeah, just to get a buzz, and just because in my classes it's all about energy.
Yeah.
And sometimes
you're very loud in your class. I can see how you lead like the whole class, especially because they're kids. Like you've got a very very strong voice, and they need that.
I was taught by my master when I was learning how to instruct from him. It's all about energy, motivation. The energy you give to your client or student is the energy that you'll get, that will reflect back. So if I'm like this, all right guys, 10 push-ups,
they won't feel that.
1 2 1 2, they're gonna perform like this.
And I could imagine, like, when
they're kids,
their parents are there, they obviously have signed these kids up for some discipline. They expect someone to be disciplined.
But you also want them to have fun.
Yeah, of course.
You want them to have fun at the same time, So, like, I'm training my junior instructors now. They've just started instructing, and the main thing we're focusing on is energy. Okay? Energy and learning their names. It makes a big difference when you say, from just saying, good job, good kick, or well done, Jan. Good job. That's an awesome kick.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see it.
And that monotone and energy, enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So, good job, Jan. Or
no, I love that.
That kick was awesome, Jan. And then high five and then fist bump. It makes a big difference, even to an adult.
Even look, I had never seen your class, but I was very impressed with the way you were running that class.
I think that was the first class.
That was my first class that I've seen you do.
Yeah.
And I was honestly like, wow, bro, like he's really doing this shit. Like he's really got these kids on lock. Like they're really following him like that, and the energy that you bring out to him, like I can see that you're someone that's an inspiration for him, obviously.
Yeah. So, I never had that confidence.
No, it's really good to see in you, Jade, to be honest.
I never had that confidence in school. I think I hardly spoke a word.
You were
always that awkward.
You were a very nerdy kid back then. You were always on your computer. I'm just saying, bro. It's
I was always on the computer.
But thank God for that, because now look, you're doing a whole podcast. So
yeah. Did you know that I never spoke from kindergarten all the way to like year 10, year 11? But even in year 10, year 11, I only spoke to very few people.
When I first met you, you didn't seem like a quiet guy though. Because you approached us.
I was different outside of school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was inside of school, you were kind of shut up.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was that silent guy.
Yeah.
Why
is that? You just didn't like anyone or what?
Bullying, bro.
People bullied you?
It crushed my confidence back in year 4. Because I went to Maryland's.
High school?
No, public school. Maryland's East, South, something like that.
Yeah.
And, it was full of wogs and everything like that.
You felt out of your element or whatever.
And, I was like one of the very few Asians there.
Yeah.
And one of my mates, Aldrich. We went to the same primary school there.
Yep.
But we weren't really close, but we just knew each other. We were, like, kind of friends then. But, I would get sat on, spat on.
What do you mean? Like, full on? That sounds like some Japanese horror story, bro.
I would get sat on, spat on. But even the school before that, I get locked in a cupboard.
Did you ever tell anyone? Like the teachers?
No, bro.
Why, bro?
I never spoke to the teachers.
How about your mates? Did you have mates besides Aldrich?
I told my parents, but, they would tell the teachers or the principal, but nothing happens, bro.
Yeah. They'll pull him into the office, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It really crushed me mentally.
Yeah.
There was these guys that lived in the same street.
Mm-hmm.
And, bro, not many people know this, but if they see me while we're walking home, they will approach us and, try, push us around and all that stuff, or say stuff to me. So every time after school for probably 1 or 2 years, I'd be sprinting home. I'd try go way ahead of them, sprinting home.
Is it so? From all the bullying, is this why you sort of got into martial arts as a person?
Kind of.
Yeah.
My first goal was I want to become the best fighter in the world. I want to be able to stand up for myself and everything like that. I want to be able to beat the shit out of anyone that tries to pick on me.
I bet it feels good just to know in the back of your mind that you can fuck anyone up.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I would train for hours at home. Sometimes, like before I started Kung Fu, or any martial arts, I will go borrow a book from the library,
Yeah.
a Bruce Lee book, and I'll follow it. I'll do push-ups and sit-ups, and I'll be training and training.
It's crazy, bro.
And, you know, until I get my confidence back up, I wanted to be the strongest, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and what also inspired me was Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I loved Dragon Ball Z when I was younger.
You know,
It was really cool.
your perspective changes as you grow older. You know, it's not like that anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth to fight anybody. It's not worth, you know.
What are you more into now? Making peace or some shit?
Sorry?
Are you more into like being at peace with people? Or
Just being at peace. You know,
Yeah.
it's not worth fighting. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like competition, I'm done with the competition stuff. I'm enjoying, you know, just lifting weights and doing other things now. You know, I still love martial arts. It's a passion, but all the competition stuff, yeah, I'm done. Maybe I might go back into it for fun every now and then, but you know, I want to do other things like doing this podcast, getting to YouTube. You know, life's so short. You know,
I actually disagree. This is where we can sort of debate on this, but it's up to you. People say life is short. I reckon life is really long.
yeah.
Yeah. And I want to explain that, but
Why do you think it's long?
I just feel like I've done so much, bro, and I'm still not even like close to where it is considered old. Like,
But do you think you've done everything?
not everything that I would like to do, but I've definitely experienced a lot.
Wait, how old are you now?
26.
26. Yeah, you're only like 4 years younger.
I just feel like days go long, bro. Like, I feel like there's so much you can fit into a day.
I don't know. Yeah, that was me before. That was me when I
But
was
that just could be
doing much.
because I'm younger. But that's just my opinion.
I think when you start to find something that you love doing,
Yeah.
and you find other things that you love doing, and you're trying to fit it all in,
Yeah.
that's when days go quick. Like for me these days, back in the day, days would be so long.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, it's only 2 p.m. But now it's like, fuck. I feel like I just woke up and I
Maybe
already
I
got
feel like-
classes. You know, I need to do this. I need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the more, you know, I think you'll find it short, especially, I don't know, now that you've got a kid, you'll see how fast he grows
Yeah,
out of
it's-
nowhere.
it's shocking,
I've
cuz.
heard it. I've heard people like, I've heard people say, man, they just grow like that.
I don't want to miss him growing up. You know, like for me personally, my dad was there, but my dad left us when maybe we were like 10 years old. My brother was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And he left us. And I remember when he was saying goodbye to us, he was like, "Come over here so I can say goodbye." And I didn't look at his face. I didn't say a word to him. I just let him leave. And then maybe a week later, by the way, I wasn't sad or anything. I was sort of happy for him. I was like, look, he's moving on to happier like places. He's doing other things with his life.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate him for it ever, which is sort of weird because maybe subconsciously I hated him for it because I sort of went on a downward spiral after that. Like,
Yeah.
especially in high school, I started not going to school. I started skipping classes and
Do you
started...
think not having that father-like figure affected your life?
Probably, yeah.
Or like not
I
having
didn't really have that disciplinary person to be like, look,
Yeah.
you can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sort of
you
just
think-
did whatever I want. But in saying that, me doing whatever I want sort of taught me the lessons I needed to learn.
self-taught.
Yeah, I self-taught myself. Like, look, I
You
can't
had
do
to
that.
actually go through the hard.
Exactly. I
hard
had
stuff.
to learn through the hard way, and that's the best way. I wouldn't take anything back.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like I wouldn't take it back.
You reckon if you saw your dad today, how would you react?
Be like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
How are you? Like, I haven't seen my dad in years,
Yeah.
but as long as he's happy, then I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Good. There's no time, there's no time to have any hate.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
It's got me in my feels a little bit. Like, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, should I hate him? Should I? Nah, I can't really hate him. Like, he's a grown ass man. He
it's
knows
up
what
to
he's
you,
doing.
You know, like, what's gonna happen when you hate someone? You know?
Not much, bro. It's not going to change the result of what he's done.
Yeah.
True. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But I used to have a few grudges of my own on people.
from who?
Quite a few people. I don't want to say any names, but then I think as you get older, it's like, those people are living their life, and I'm here still carrying grudges on them and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know?
No, it's not a good
like,
feeling, huh?
It's like I'm weighing myself down.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Exactly.
There's this quote I heard from this show. Having a grudge is like drinking your own poison.
Yeah, bro. That's a great quote.
You know?
Yeah.
And fuck, I forgot what show that was, but it was a funny ass show.
It's a bad
it was
feeling
an
when to
Australian
hold
show.
grudges, and
Yeah.
it sort of leads me into my next saying, where it's gonna. Well, look, the mother of my son, she's moved in with someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, so she.
But you're mutual. You're all good, right?
I'd like to say so, but sometimes when
you-
we talk, like it doesn't always go the right way. You know, like I
Yeah.
just sort of. Like it's hard. I haven't gotten over the fact that she has done what she's done,
Yeah.
but I'm in acceptance of what's happening.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
At the end of the day, she's the mother of your son.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think she believes she's doing what's best for her at
Yeah.
the time, and I just have to support that
Yeah.
because I can't show my son any signs of like passive aggressiveness towards his mother.
Yeah.
So even though she's to my even though I think that she's done something wrong, as long as she believes she's doing something right for herself, then I'm happy for her.
Yeah, for sure. That's good.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what makes you a little bit more positive.
Yeah, I've got to keep my head up, bro. Like I just
You got to, bro.
yeah, you have to. Like
You can't fuck up anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I told you earlier today, you know, you're not living for yourself anymore, man.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a kid
yeah,
that's looking up to you. He's only 2 years old, but he may not notice this right now,
Yeah.
but he will as he gets older. See how great of a dad you are.
absolutely, bro. Like the thing with me is, I want my kid to be sort of like I want him to live his life. You know, like I know for a fact that I cannot protect him from every like evil thing in this world, but I want him to be aware enough to the point where he's like, okay, this is bad. Should I do it or not? And I want him to make his own life decisions based on those decisions because that's the only way he'll grow as a person. Like I can teach him things, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
But your real personal experience of life comes from the decisions that you make, I believe, anyway.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You know, you went through so much. You went
Yeah.
to jail. You've done all that other stuff, but the good thing is you've become a better person at the end of the day.
Exactly, bro.
You know,
at the end of the day,
you
bro,
got through it. You controlled it. You
Yeah.
know, you didn't get stuck into that
thank you,
hole.
man.
You know,
it would have been just as easy
yeah,
to be
so,
stuck in a loop forever, but like, it's just...
So you know, that's awesome because I know a few people that, you know, I don't hang with them anymore, but they say that they're gonna stop, and they keep going, they stop, keep going, and I'm like, what's going on?
But if you're like 35 and you're in and out of prison still, like, fuck, what are you doing really? To be honest, like, come on.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know, bro. Like,
there has to be a point in time in your life when you are going through hardships. There's got to be like a clicking point where you're like, fuck, I can't do this anymore.
yeah,
You know, that happened to me like 3 years ago. I was like, I can't do this anymore because one, my son is coming out, and two, if I keep doing this, where will I be in the next 5 years
Yeah.
time?
yeah. Man, you've changed so much, eh?
What do you mean?
I remember.
I'm still me, bro.
I remember back in the day. Well, your face is still the same. You just got a little bit.
Did I get
bigger,
taller a little bit?
Maybe 1 inch.
Because I swear to God, bro, when I used to stand next to you, I used to be up to your shoulders. Now I'm pretty fucking tall.
I'm still taller.
Whatever.
But I remember back in the day, you'd be over. You and the other boys would just be over. Like I wasn't even part of your group.
Yeah, you sort of were. You were skimming around the outside.
I was just like that. You know, that older brother of one of your mates that just.
So you know, we never looked at you as like the old person that hangs out with us. Like we never seen you like no, not once, bro. Like we just thought like you were the older guy that knew a couple more things, had a bit more experience. That's how I looked at it. I don't know about the rest of the boys, but
yeah, I think I was always a child at heart. You know, I think I was a bit immature myself.
Yeah,
I was acting like a little kid back then as well.
You've got to be, bro. Like what?
I would be like 17, but acting like a 13-year-old around you guys. But then around my mates, I'll act like my age.
That's probably why we got along so well. Is because you acted the way that you were acting, and like you were very relatable. You know, like as a person that was older, you were still very relatable as a person in general.
Yeah, even our jokes and everything.
Yeah, like it just made sense, bro.
Far out. I remember back in the day, like we'll be on the laptop and you'll be on an Omegle.
Bro, I loved back when I was that young.
Every girl you match with.
I fell in love with them instantly. It didn't matter if they're black, white, fucking Asian. Like we just I was so excited as a young person that
like
when I met,
you'll be going next, and then you're like, oh fuck, and we were like,
my little fucking fitted cap. Nah, it was, bro. Those girls on Omegle, they when I told them that I'm from Australia, they're like, "Oh my god, really?" Like,
yeah, because most of them were from
the
America,
accent.
eh?
They love the accent, and that's what
Yeah.
got them hooked every time. Was my voice or my accent.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized Australians had a fucking accent. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I never noticed.
I never noticed
Yeah.
until someone had pointed it out to me, and they're like, "Oh, we love your accent so much." I'm like, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, because most of them were from America, eh?
Yeah, a lot of them were from either Hawaii, like just all over the world, really.
Bloody hell.
Mostly America, though.
Yeah. I remember you'd match with a chick.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk off, do something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, or you'll go home. And then you'll come over the next day or something like that. Or I'll come over and I'll be like, who are you talking to? And you're like, oh, the same girl from yesterday.
Yeah. To be honest, bro, it was so fun getting to know like Americans.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't into the American culture back then, but like when they would tell me how they were in college or uni or whatever they were doing at the time, it was sort of fun to learn about, and it was it made me feel good. Like, you know, these girls, you know, they're obviously talking to me through Omegle. I could be some random stranger or whatever.
Yeah.
But because of my accent, they like me. Like, come on. It was the best, bro. It was good times.
Would you go to America?
These days, I can't get a girl to save my fucking life. So,
would you ever go to America?
Would I get to visit? Yeah, definitely for a holiday. I don't know if I would live there. Maybe if I find a partner there, I'll probably live there.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at the moment, bro. I just...
Yeah. How's that going? Like, so you're not looking at anyone? Because your breakup was just recently, right?
Bro, my relationship went on for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I really loved this girl. I fell in love with her the first night that I met her because we were best friends. Like, we could talk all night.
Yeah.
And actually, that's what we did. We spoke all night. I didn't have any intentions to fuck her like that.
Yeah.
But because I didn't have those intentions, it made her want to sort of do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, anyways, we were dating for 4 to 5 years. And it was when she told me that she had been seeing someone else because we were like on a 1 month sort of like breaking period. We were like, all right, we'll just step back for a little bit. But after 1 month, she forgot about a 4 to 5 year relationship and moved in with someone else.
Yeah.
So she called me up at 4 a.m. while I was getting ready for work. And she was like, look, I'm seeing someone. And bro, at the time I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm waking up. I don't know what you're saying. But at the time I made it seem like I was just happy for her. Because
do you think that was kind of respectful that she called you up?
Of course. She told me, look, bro, like whatever.
Like,
I'm glad she didn't cheat on me. She says she didn't cheat on me, which I'll believe for now.
Yeah.
But I still don't appreciate the fact, you know. But I'm accepting that she's done it.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way to go about it, bro. Like, I can be angry about it, but what the fuck is that going to do to me?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I'll be a bitter person.
You could be angry about it, but that's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what, bro? Like, I've started to realize there's girls out here anyway. There's girls everywhere.
But you're not looking at the moment, yeah?
At the moment,
just working
no,
on yourself.
I need to work on myself first. Because when I met her, I was a junkie, like I had said before, and she still liked me. But you know what? I feel like if you improve yourself more, you end up finding high value women. Like, you end up finding people of interest, and you know, some.
Yeah, I think making yourself higher in value will, you know,
definitely
attract higher value people.
And who's to say that
whether it's, you know, just as a friend or a female. Back in the city days, eh?
But back in those days, we would, like, the rest of us boys would come there. We'd have no money in our pocket, maybe $5 to $10.
And we'd still enjoy our day.
Every single time. Every single time. Like, it was the funnest times, bro. Like, we would still find ways to do things. These days, like, we need money. I don't know,
like I sometimes think that
where do you think that changed?
Ungrateful, you know. Sometimes we got to be grateful for the little things.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. Like, we could go through our days with $5, go to the city.
Actually, like, I think you're absolutely like, we don't appreciate those little things in life anymore. Like, it just doesn't excite us as much anymore.
Yeah.
But I guess it's part of growing up, bro. Like,
yeah, I try to, you know, be grateful for the little things now. Because you don't realize it till you lose it. Everyone says that, you know?
Absolutely.
Or, like, the people or the things that you think will be there forever, and then they just go like that, bang. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens because you're taking it for granted. Yeah. You're taking them for granted.
That's probably why. Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I have a really bad habit of that, you know?
What, just taking things for granted?
I had a bad habit of that, of taking things for granted. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you appreciate everything every day? Or are you working on that?
Like, you know, the basics, you know, like you wake up, you know, I've got a bed.
But do you think
I'm
sorry, do you think that that's human nature though? Like, people just, over time, they sort of just start taking things for granted, even though it's so good for them?
What do you mean?
Do you think people just tend to do that as part of human nature? Like they think like, okay, I've been in this position so many times, this pattern is getting boring to me. And then subconsciously they start taking things for granted and thinking like, look, I don't need to take care of this anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened to me, bro.
Well,
That's why I'm saying it. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like my ex, she was a good girl. I don't ever want to badmouth my ex because she was a great girl.
Yeah.
But over time, like as parents, as young parents, I can openly admit I probably really took her for granted. Like I was not giving her the conversations that she needed. I wasn't being there emotionally for her. But in saying that, I was trying to provide for our family. So I wasn't even being there for myself because I didn't have anyone to vent to, you know?
Yeah. Did you like go through like depression or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. When we broke up,
yeah,
I was depressed.
Yeah.
I could still be depressed, but it's just, it doesn't matter. Like, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, you got to keep moving.
Yeah, I can't stay still, bro.
You know, I was going through depression too, like after my last breakup. And, you know, it was pretty stuffed up, you know, and it was hard because I dug myself a big hole and stuff. I was doing all sorts of stuff and just fucking up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
With my previous relationship, you know, I was with her for 9-10 years.
9 to 10 years?
Yeah, 9 to 10 years.
And what happened?
Oh, I think...
Bro, that's even longer than mine. What the fuck?
She broke up with me, I think, lost her feelings. But I also think it was because of me, you know.
Did you ever feel like you guys broke up before you officially broke up?
I think she was already prepared to break up, like...
Yeah, females do that. Females do that.
Absolutely. Before that, you know.
People do that. Sorry, not females. People do it.
Like, she broke it off, like, the day after one of my close mates' wedding. But I think she chose to do it like that rather than the time before.
Yeah.
Because she was a bridesmaid as well.
Oh, okay.
So I understand her point, you know. But yeah, I didn't take that too well.
How did you feel after that?
I was fucked, bro.
Yeah.
I was fucked. I was angry. I was like, bro, I was gone. Bro. I was like,
Did you cry a lot?
Like, I haven't spoken much about this to many people, but I actually attempted.
What?
Yeah.
No way. What do you mean? Why?
I think it was
because of the breakup?
Yeah, because, you know.
How were you?
Yeah, it was actually tougher than most people thought, you know. I actually went to a few of my mates' places the second day.
Were we hanging out when you guys were broke up? No, not at all. Like the boys weren't there.
No.
And this was before.
I went to see my mates. I went to see Sinner.
Yeah.
I went to see Matt. And I just, you know, wanted to see them for the last time. I drove up to Wollongong.
That's fine.
And I wanted to jump off a cliff. Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad you didn't do it, bro. Like,
and the cops, I think they tracked me or something like that. And
how did they track you?
I think because I said a goodbye message to one of my mates, and fuck, it's a triggering, bro.
No, I get it, bro. I'm here for you, bro. Like, I'm listening. I honestly.
But yeah, and then I went up, and then I went back to my car because, you know, it's not that easy. And then cops came and they found me straight away. They came up to me and says, "What are you doing here and stuff? Are you Francis?" And yeah, then they took me to the hospital and stuff like that. And it was a very dark, very, very dark time. You know, that's why I'm a big advocate for mental health. You know, I want to talk to people about, you know, what they went through and how they went through it, or how they're getting through it, you know. But fuck, bro, you know, just talking about it makes me want to, like, you know, it's like, fuck,
Jade,
you know.
To be honest, like, I just want to, like, it feels like when you are having hard times, like, I'm sorry that you went through that, but obviously you had to go through that to get here. Yeah,
Exactly. Like, I feel like I'm a lot stronger.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
There you go, brother.
But and, you know, what we've been through different things.
Yeah.
You know, but what we could do now is we could use that experience to help those that are going through it.
Yeah, I
right
love
now,
that. I love that.
Because I've seen it. For example, bullying. You know exactly how it feels. I know how it feels when a kid that doesn't talk in my classes come in and how they feel, you know, with the people around them. They're most likely thinking that they're getting judged, or, you know, people are going to laugh at them, because that's how I felt when I first started martial arts. I hardly did any exercises, you know. I know how it feels, you know, when people get bullied and all that stuff as well, you know. So yeah, with that
how would you say the best way it is, like, what's the best way to handle a bully, just from your perspective?
Walk away.
Just walk away?
Walk away.
You wouldn't say it's to fight and stand up for him, or?
I think it gets to a certain point where you have to stand up for yourself. But if it's just verbal, walk away. It's not worth it, you know. Okay. Retaliation.
Right.
Is a must. Not kidding. But
ain't no maybe ifs or buts.
But retaliation happens. You punch they you
oh, bro.
you know, they verbally attack you. You punch them in the face. What's gonna happen? They're gonna come back at you. You know, your parents jump in, then their parents jump in, and it's just ongoing. All you have to do.
I'm thinking to myself, like, where does the bullying start? Does it start at the home of these bullies? Like, are they being mistreated by their parents, or are they just mentally
that fucked? And it's because they want to get their egos up there.
Yeah, good point.
You know,
good point.
Those that feel weak about themselves. You know, those that, you know, need to prove a point to the other big boys out there that, you know, they're strong too, that they're tough. So they will find someone weaker and bully them. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how bullying starts off.
I don't condone bullying at all. I personally, for me, luckily, I wasn't bullied all that much.
The thing is, bullying will never stop.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
But you could help. I'd like to help everyone, but I'm happy if I could, like, finish my life helping a handful of people.
Yeah, good on you, bro.
That's my goal. Like, you know, I want to be able to help. I'm not training kids to be fighters, bro.
Right. I did hear that in class today. He said, what's Kung Fu about? And
yeah, I'm training kids to handle life when it gets tough in the future, to never give up no matter how hard it is. And we use that through push-ups and all that stuff.
Yeah, I seen that.
What, you're struggling with 50 push-ups? Keep going.
Wow, bro.
Because in life, you're going to struggle with a lot of other things, and you could choose to quit, or you could keep going.
It's true, though. It's true. Like, life will give you those challenges every time, but how you handle those challenges ultimately defines you as a person.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
to be honest, I love challenges. Like, at this point in my life, I love being challenged, because it feels like whenever I am challenged, I find a way to just push past it, bro.
Yeah,
especially at the gym. Like,
it's all mindset. It's all perspective. You could see an obstacle as an obstacle, or you could see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So any obstacle that gets in my way, you know, that's in my way, I see it as a challenge. Okay, fuck, I'm going to get through this one. You know, it's like a game. It's like a game.
Exactly. I was just thinking that, like, it's a hard challenge. It's a side quest in a game.
Yeah. It's
whatever
like
it is.
RPG games, like, what's this boulder doing in the way?
Yeah. No, that's
Are you just going to stop and turn off the game?
Exactly.
You're not going to turn off the game, you know?
I'm not stopping until I get 3 stars.
Or that boss. Yeah. That boss you fought and you died.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I teach the kids, to never give up. Treat it like a game. You lose in a game, do you just turn off the game and chuck it away and give up? No, you keep going, right? Exactly. You keep going and you keep playing. You play it 100,000 times
until you beat them.
Until you beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to tell the kids. Same thing in life.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing God's work, Jade. Honestly, you know? Like, you're doing it.
But when you fight that boss, you're not going to fight it the same way, right?
Yeah.
You can't keep repeating the same thing. You have to find different ways to defeat that boss.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing in life. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Nothing changes if you don't do anything.
Insanity,
different.
You know? So yeah. I think if I could inspire the younger generation as much as I can, I'd be happy. You know?
You're doing it really
But I want to be able to inspire them in a genuine way. You know, I want to be able to be genuine and have real talk with them. When it comes to age appropriate. Yeah, so speaking of which, if you're a kid and you're watching this episode, okay, I want you to turn this off right away and watch Coco Melon. All right, that's better. Coco Melon or
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse
or Bob the Builder. Come back to this episode when you're around 18. All right. But for now, turn this off. All right. Not for you at all. Okay. But yeah, it's a good catch up. This is a good catch up.
I've been meaning to see you. And when you told me that, like, you know, when we were on FaceTime and you showed me your whole setup, I'm like, bro, please let me hop on it because I want to talk.
Yeah.
I had so many things to say and I still do. Like, whatever. Like, it's great to catch up with you because you're like one of those people that I had in my friendship circle before I went off the rails.
Yeah.
That I really liked. You know, I liked all you boys.
How did we?
That's my fault.
You know, for me, no, it's not your fault.
It is my fault because hold on, let me explain real quick.
Okay, go.
I sort of faded away from you guys because I had anxiety when I hung around you guys, and I'll explain why. It's because when I was on drugs, I would think like, oh fuck, they're looking at me in a certain way. They don't look at me the same way. I can't be the same friend that I was to them years ago. So I got to step away from them because I don't want them to see me in such a way where it's like they'll think that I'm a junkie or I'm just this and that. I didn't want to present myself like that to you guys. So I told myself, whenever I quit, I'll come back to this group of friends and maybe we can, if they're happy to have me back, I'll come back and do that. And then you gave me the opportunity by letting me on this podcast and letting me speak my mind, bro. So thank you.
How long has it been? 8 years? 8, 9, 10 years?
Yeah, almost double digits, bro.
Yeah, it's been that long, and you know we've been through so much. Like
as adults, bro, like fuck, like that's crazy to me. I can't believe I've got a kid sometimes.
I know, right?
Can you believe that?
You got a kid before me. What the hell?
It is what it is, brother.
What the hell? Far out. I would have never think that you'd have a kid, bro.
Well, look, having the kid, like I said before, it wasn't planned or anything.
You know, you'll be able to teach your life lessons to your kid.
So do I. You know. And you know what? The guy that she's seeing now, he was like, "Look, I'll be happy to raise the kid for you."
Yeah.
And I saw it just red, bro. I just wanted to hurt him in a way. I think
that's just a natural thing.
Yeah, it was a natural instinct for me to feel like, what do you mean you want to raise him? He's my kid. He's my flesh, blood, and bone. Like, you want to raise him? Fuck off. Like, come on.
But, you know, I think if you could get past that anger phase, it might be a good thing.
It could be a good thing.
You have someone else that you could rely to if anything ever happens to you.
I want to get to the point in my life where my kid can feel like like that I'm a reliable person. I want him to feel like he can look up to me and think like, look, I can just rely on dad for this. I don't want to be someone that he can't rely on or tell things to. So that's something that I'm really working on.
I've seen it. I've seen it where, you know, some kids don't even want to talk to their dad. Yeah. You know, but, you know, deep inside that they miss their dad. Yep. But, you know, they just can't because of what they've done, you know. And I guess you don't want to be that type of person, you know. But
I would never want to be that type of person just because I grew up with my dad as a younger person. So I was raised in the Philippines.
Have I met your dad?
Don't think so. Don't think so. He's a very tall guy. He's nothing like he's very philo. In a very full sense, like he's got the whole cut and everything. Yeah. So he's yeah. As far as my dad goes, he's a very chill guy. He's got a lot of siblings. He's in and out of Asian countries because his partner at the moment is Japanese.
When was the last time you talked to him?
Last time I spoke to my dad. I think it was on my birthday a couple of years ago. He said happy birthday to me, and I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while though, like not face to face, but yeah, like all I can think about is I hope he's doing well, bro. Because
no, that's the thing. That's how you should see life. Yeah, no time to hate on anyone, bro. You know,
sometimes you can.
Like you'll have that temporary hate, okay, but then trust me, bro. When you get older, okay, I'm not saying I'm old. I'm only 30, but when you get older, it's just not worth it, bro. Like it's like you just gotta let it go. Like it's not.
It doesn't even. It's not even as easy as letting it go like that. Like you know what I mean? Like sometimes
I know it's not easy, but you can't carry it on for too long.
I find what helps is if you keep yourself busy enough.
Forgive but never forget.
Yeah, exactly. You know? You can keep yourself as busy, but it's really up to you when you want to forget about it, sort of. Yeah. Or when you're ready to forgive.
Like you could dwell in it and hate for a certain amount of time, but then after that,
or at least if you're gonna get angry, like be angry, but be angry at improving yourself. You know, like use that same energy and put it somewhere else. Like at the gym, go kickboxing, go speak to people, make yourself useful. whatever. Like
100%. That's how it should be.
yeah.
You know, trying to turn that negativity into positivity.
This is a crazy talk we're having. I can't believe I'm saying.
Yeah, you know. Same with the other guys as well. But yeah, anyways, let's finish off there. We're about to do a workout. We're gonna smash it downstairs at the gym.
Can we record that too? You want to record that?
Yeah,
just a little snippet or whatever.
I've got another YouTube channel where I just post.
I'm gonna destroy our fucking deadlift, bro.
Anyways, thanks for watching episode 1, our very first episode. Thanks again, Jan, for coming onto this episode. Stay tuned for episode 2, maybe in the next week or so. I'd like to keep up with the episodes at least once a week. All right. How does this work? How was the outro? Oh yeah, we go like this. See you guys.
Yeah.